Hey guys, Deerman1999 here with another video. I'm long overdue for one, and my view count has been dropping, so I guess I need to upload more videos to keep that steady. So this is not going to be a full custom update, just an update on one thing, because it is something that it's a very prolonged project, something that's taken me it's taken a pretty good chunk of my time to make this, because of various imperfections that have come around the first or second time and being corrected constantly. And I mean constantly, with everything. But I think I've got it pretty much correct, aside for some paint-ish. I need to fix the little swoop there. But it's not all. I haven't glued it yet, just submitting it for final approval to the guy who always points out what I do wrong. But I don't think he'll find anything amiss with this version, except for the fact that the hydraulic lines aren't connected to anything, and that's for the reason I just said. I do have a cab guard on this. It's glued down very loosely, so I can pop it off whenever. It's from a 5080. It's going to go on the 350 for Demo Boy 350L, which is almost done, and you can see in the background there. Just finishing up the decals and the paint. Anyway, that's not the video. That's not what the video was about. I'll probably make another video on that later. So, get on to the model review. Suppose you could call it that. So, here's the 385. I assume you all know what the CCM 385 CL looks like, and that is what I based this particular model off of. I did a complete repaint, and all the handrails were redone by me, because I'm sure most of you know about the issue with Brent that I had a while back, and it involved this particular 385, and it led to me making a BO. All the cylinders were painted yellow. The stick is removable for transport. And because I did not receive many of the handrails, I had to redo them. This is actually the ladder from a Deere 450. And these are all made out of brass, as well as these ones up here, which are a bit more intricate and did not fully glue on. There were quite a few coats of paint on this model because of how many times I messed up. And there are some imperfections on the grill there where the paint got a little thick. It's just because it's so hot in Arizona, and the paint thickens up a lot. Decals were all done by me. I'm getting a lot better at decals, except this little cat one. You can see the white on the edges, which I don't particularly like. The counterweight is probably where the most work was done. The cat logo was just a decal I printed out a while ago, just because and that's why it doesn't perfectly fit. But I had to round out this top part here, and then make this single line instead of the little butt that the little part that juts out on the 385C. And then I had to fill in this part on the 385C where there would be an indentation, because the 385BL had two counterweight options. There was a completely round one, and there was a trapezoidal counterweight, and I chose to do the trapezoidal counterweight on this particular model. All the engine doors open to reveal your air filter and various other engine parts. Now, the 385CL is quite the model, because when you take it off, CCM has completely replicated the entire engine and everything inside of it, even the places you can't see. So it's pretty awesome for a model manufacturer to do that. Making this was largely a test of my painting skills, because there was a lot of paint. This model was essentially a very large repaint and a 365 cab. As well, I also put these boom decals on. I should not do that. And the undercarriage, spring-loaded idlers, rolls well on a smooth surface. It has the hydraulic lines going up the boom. I didn't mess with the boom at all because I didn't want to have to deal with the plastic part with the little plastic cover underneath with paint stripper and everything. That just would have been too much of a hassle for what this model really had to be. I do intend on putting a couple different buckets on it, because I have seen a 385BL before, and it had a much larger bucket, probably around 7 or 8 yards. It was the size of most semi-trucks. But all the cylinders were repainted, as you can see. Quite like this view. And that's pretty much it. I don't think there's anything else to discuss about this model, except that it took a lot more work than it should have for just being a repaint. And because I did not have all the parts, it took much longer than it should have, because I had to redo all the handrails. But in the end, I'm quite proud of this, and it'll definitely, it's not something I will sell, this particular model. So, thank you for watching. If you liked it, like the video, comment, rate, subscribe.